When the NFL announced that they were, because I don't know if anybody's aware of this, the season kicks off later on this week. So we've got Thursday night, you've got the Chiefs, and you've got the Ravens. That'll kick off the year. And then Friday, you've got the game in Brazil, which, look, we talked about it on our show, Two Pros and a Cup of Joe, which you can hear weekday morning, 6 a.m. Eastern time, 3 o'clock Pacific.
Just a little earlier than this show.
Yeah, a little bit earlier.
Just a little earlier.
Myself, LaVar, and what the hell's that guy's name?
Brady Quinn, the big swinging D of the big noon kickoff show.
Damn. Batter up.
Yeah.
But you can hear us, and we talked about when this game was announced, like, man, who wouldn't want to go to Brazil? Like, I mean, for an NFL game, like, let's sign us up. We'll go there. We'll work remote. We'll do it from, we'd like to pick the establishment to do it from. But the point is, get over to Brazil. That'd be a good time. Who wouldn't want to be a part of it? Well, apparently the Philadelphia Eagles don't want to be a part of it. Like, that's a problem. Players are not happy about it. They are not excited at all. Now, maybe this is all just a front so that their better halves, aren't worried about them going over to Brazil and not making it back.
I don't think it's a front. And I think it's a very serious approach because their uniforms kind of tell you and confirm that they're not taking this whole thing lightly in terms of what the possibilities of what could play out in Brazil.
Tell you what, though, I'd love to go play in Brazil. You want to know why?
Why?
Because my eyes work. That's why.
Okay.
And that dog hunts, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
But the point is,
they're gonna be under such watch, bro. Listen, there's always going to be dudes that's going to do what they're going to do and be who they're going to be. I mean,
that's called room service.
I wonder what the over under is going to be on dudes that get caught up like where they got robbed or did something that got them sent home from the trip. I wonder what the over under is.
Or fell in love again.
Listen. Tell the wife and kids, I ain't never coming back. I ain't never coming home. Where's mom at? Put mom on the phone. Babe, I ain't never coming back.
It's like a postcard from Sao Paulo, and next thing you know, Christmas got cheaper. But the point is,
whatever happened to that one player that played for the Eagles? We never seen or heard from him again after that Brazil game.
I don't know. He's like big into jiu-jitsu now for some reason. I don't know what happened.
He's personally training too.
Loves soccer. He's really been to it.
He may revisit the NFL just in a different capacity.
So the Eagles are not happy about it. Nick Sirianni, the coach of the Eagles, spoke with reporters about, how he's trying to get his team focused and prepared and ready and with a different mindset as they approach Friday's game.
We're going there to play and win a football game. That's our goal. That's our only goal as we go down there. And so, it's just getting everybody in the right mindset of what you want, what you need to be when you go down there. It's like you can control the things that you can control. We're going to Brazil to play. That's what it is, and we're excited about that. We're excited about the opportunity to play in a neutral site, knowing that and have a slightly different schedule of things that happen.
I mean, they can try and pretty this up all they want. And, well, listen, logistically, to start off the year, it makes more sense. You've got more travel time, et cetera, et cetera.
It never makes any sense.
That's kind of a crap way to start off the year.
It never makes any sense to have to travel abroad, travel far to play, especially if you're playing a game that counts. And it just is what it is. Like, is that a great play by the NFL to try to expand the game, expand the borders? Sure, it is. Introduce it to a different market, sure. But is it a hassle for the franchise? 100%.
Why not do a preseason game?
It makes more sense. I remember when we went to Osaka, Japan, it was a preseason game. It was a preseason game. The game didn't count. Make it more of an exhibition. But to play games, meaningful games that count towards your record, I don't know. And I feel like lately I've been more of a critic of the decisions that I see coming from the league offices. So I don't want to come across as I'm a critic because I'm a tremendous supporter of the Shield and what they represent, what they do in a lot of ways. But I wouldn't be doing my job correctly if I didn't say the things that I felt when I felt them when I'm saying them. And in this moment, I just feel like there's certain things that you're talking about two really, really good franchises with really, really strong fan bases.
Oh, yeah.
And I know you're looking at it from the standpoint like they'll travel and stuff like that, but you really just cheated one of these teams out of having a home game. And the fans, the onlookers, a lot of times, and I think we learned this during COVID, the venues matter for the creation of the show itself. Because when you don't have that, COVID showed us if you don't have fans in the stands and you don't have that noise and you don't have the pageantry connected to these games, it just doesn't. It's like watching a movie with no music. It's like the storyline of it. The flow of it is just all messed up. The energy of it is kind of messed up. So to me, what's the energy going to look like in Sao Paulo? What's that stadium really going to feel like to the onlookers and to the players, specifically the players? Like, I know you're going to draw attention from your fans that have traveled there, but again, there's still nothing like one of those teams getting to say we're in Lambeau or we're at the Link. And this is our season opener. Like, there's something to be said about that. Being in a neutral place in a foreign country, I just don't think that's going to hit. It's not going to hit that way.
Like, if you did a preseason game, like, and this is no disrespect to, the people listening in Brazil on the iHeartRadio app, but if you did a preseason game, like, they don't get the NFL. Like, it doesn't go there to play games. So you could present them a preseason game, and they'd be thrilled.
Just fine.
Like, nobody's going to be like, oh, I'm not going to go see the Eagles and Packers. It's a preseason game. Like, no, they're going to go because there's an NFL game there. Like, you're going to draw a crowd.
You probably have to say there's going to be a relevant soccer exhibition match at halftime of the game to get the local population to want to go. Yeah, I mean, they're going to be like, there's a game? What type of game? Football. Oh, right. It's a soccer game? No, like football. Like, oh, it's a soccer game? No, like football, like football. Like, oh, it's a soccer game. Like, no. It's like that game they play in America.
Yeah. Like, when people get tackled, they really get tackled.
Like, you've never seen this before? Like, let me go on YouTube and show you, like, look, this is what it is. This is what's coming here.
But they would show up. Like, if you did a preseason game, they would and also.
Because it's a spectacle.
Yes.
Right? Like.
and plus, I would venture to guess in the middle of training camp for a preseason game, these players would be way more open to going to Brazil.
Oh, I'm sure. Because it doesn't matter.
Yes.
But this game matters. You have to be dialed in. That means that the way that they're going to monitor you is going to be dialed in. This is a game. This is a game situation. This is a work trip. You're not there as preseason, we can chew sunflower seeds and send ball boys over to talk to people in the stands for you. Like, this isn't that type of – some of them still might do it anyway, but it's not supposed to be that type of trip. This is a real trip.
If you did so,
I'm not putting my phone number, and I'm not saying that this is what players do or anything, but I'm not putting my phone number on like a game pair worn gloves and like sending them over to a fan in the stands that are a worthy recipient of your game worn gloves that have your phone number, your what's that called? What's that? Your WhatsApp. You don't put your WhatsApp information on that hand that you used for the game. That glove.
I'm with you. Who would do that?
No, you don't do that. Especially when it's a real game that matters and that it counts. Like, you don't put, your WhatsApp on like, a game worn, say, I don't know, a towel that you wore, like streaming towel. Make sure your hands are dry and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You just don't do that. And you don't give it to the ball boy or to one of the guys that handle the equipment or the video, the visual things that you use. You just do not incorporate them into being able to disseminate those gifts to the fans, your give back to the community to expand, the fandom in Brazil.
Yeah.
You just, you don't get that in regular season games.
I wouldn't do it. That's for sure. Now,
I wonder if people are
Again,
catching the sarcasm on a Monday.
I definitely would not partake in that again.
Okay.
That's for sure not.
Again?
So what? No.
Only one time?
Here's what I'm fascinated to see though, because like Major League Baseball did this to where they sent the Dodgers and the Padres over to Japan to open up the year. But what they did was they sent them over for like a 2-game series, and they came back and they concluded spring training. They didn't send them over and then, all right, games 3 and 4 are next up, and you guys just got to go play. I'm fascinated to see how Green Bay and Philly do in week 2. Like, I'd love to see
That's a good point.
what the hangover effect is, because Green Bay's at home against Indianapolis, and Philly at least, and that's on a Sunday in week 2, Philly at least gets an extra day. They've got Monday night against the Falcons at home. I'm really curious to see how they look coming off this trip to Brazil, because I know the NFL wants money and they want all this stuff. I can't imagine if this goes poorly and these teams really struggle after the fact and they've got to start off the year like this, that the NFL goes down this road again. Like, maybe some adjustments, but I just think a preseason game makes way much more sense.
They're there for a reason. And now, granted, they haven't been back to Osaka, Japan. I think you try to integrate and penetrate a market, and if it works, then you build on that. If it doesn't work, then you tried. What's the next market up? Which is the next one that we could try to integrate in that may be receptive, more of a growth opportunity? Because again, I think all of the plans that we're seeing take place with the equity groups and different things like that, being able to buy into franchises and stuff like that, they're clearly trying to create new money and more revenue opportunities, more business that increases the bottom line for the National Football League.
There's also this as well, too. The president of Brazil has banned the use of X out there. So, like, anybody, like for us watching on, it's not going to affect us, for us watching on television. I mean, unless, DirecTV and, somebody else gets into a pissing match again and they just shut off all the TVs for us to watch like they did last night. But apparently they've banned X because they want Elon Musk to adjust free speech rules. And he's saying, no, that's the foundation of what we do here. It's free speech. And so anybody going to cover the game cannot use X to provide updates. So we'll get to watch it all the same, but then anybody cover, and I guess if you use a VPN to try and access it, you're going to get fined almost $9,000 if you try and go on X. So if you,
what, they're going to arrest you if you try to use it, if you don't pay the fine?
I don't know.
I'm not ever coming back to this place, so I mean, I'll take your fine.
I'll tell you this much.
They might not let you fly up out of there, though.
Anybody going over there who's looking for an out as to why maybe you came back late, there's your out.
I tried to use X.
Listen, honey, I don't know what to tell you.
I ended up here an extra 2 months.
I was trying to take a picture of this acai bowl and post it to X. Next thing you know, I'm in cuffs, $9,000, and there's like
3 months I had to stay here for.
You
know what? They gave me 6 months community service, and they said I couldn't leave until I serviced at least 6 months of community.
And listen, I don't know how this lipstick stain got on my jeans. Okay, I can't explain that. You got to take it up with the proper authorities here. So there you go. There's your out for anybody.
That happened while I was cleaning up the good streets of Sao Paulo.
That's what we do. It is
just as somebody stumbled and was thanking me, and there ended up being some lipstick on the side of my leg.
Oh man,
on my pants leg.